Hi friends, good morning. Welcome to Shankaran AI Study Circle. This is Dr. Harinath Reddy, Director of the Institute. Today in this particular video, we will try to discuss about Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Act 2021. So in 1991, through the 69th Constitutional Amendment Act, two articles were inserted. Article 239 AA and Article 239 AB to supplement the provisions contained in Article 239 AA. Parliament was empowered to make a law, and accordingly Indian Parliament has made a law in 1991. So the law is known by the name Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act 1991, Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act 1991. So this law was amended in 2021, and this has become a huge controversy. And there was a criticism that this amendment went against the provisions of the Constitution. It went against the judgment of the Supreme Court in 2018. It went against the idea of federalism, collaborative federalism, cooperative federalism, pragmatic federalism, is the criticism which is leveled against the Amendment Act. Let us see what is this Amendment Act, what are the important provisions of the Amendment Act, and why this amendment was done, and what is the criticism against this law. See, Government of NCT of Delhi, Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Act 2021. So if you see the key takeaway of this Amendment Act, it tries to give primacy, importance to the Lieutenant Governor over the elected government in Delhi. So the essence of this Amendment Act 2021 is to give more importance, to give more priority, and to give more powers to the Lieutenant Governor over the elected government in Delhi, How exactly this is being done? If you see the provisions, one of the amendment to the 1991 Act says that the reference to the government in any of the laws made by the Legislative Assembly of Delhi must be construed to mean Lieutenant Governor. So wherever the word government appears in the laws made by the Legislative Assembly of Delhi, it means the Lieutenant Governor, not the elected Council of Ministers headed by Chief Minister. This is the first important provision. So see here, government means Lieutenant Governor. So the expression government referred to in any law to be made by the Legislative Assembly shall mean the Lieutenant Governor. Usually, if we go by the principles of parliamentary democracy or any democracy, government shall mean the elected representatives of the people, not an appointed guy like the Lieutenant Governor. And then the second one, though the Lieutenant Governor had a discretionary power, this Amendment Act of 2021 extended the discretionary powers of the Lieutenant Governor even to the areas where the Legislative Assembly of Delhi had the power to make laws. So under Article 239 AA, Legislative Assembly of Delhi can make laws on all the subjects in the state list except relating to those of public order, police and land. And it can also make laws with respect to the subjects in the concurrent list. So which means with respect to all these subjects in the state list as well as in the concurrent list, where the Legislative Assembly of Delhi has the power to make laws, in such areas, ideally, there shall be no discretionary power to the Lieutenant Governor. But the Amendment Act of 2021 aims at extending the discretionary power of Lieutenant Governor even to the areas where the Delhi Legislative Assembly has the power to make laws. This is the second provision which is being criticized. Then in addition to this, the third one, the amendment also says that every decision made by the elected government of Delhi before it is implemented must get the approval from the Lieutenant Governor. This is not in tune with the judgment of the Supreme Court in July 2018. In July 2018, a 5-judge Constitution bench of the Indian Supreme Court, with respect to the relative powers of the Delhi elected government and Lieutenant Governor, made it abundantly clear. What is the clarity given by the Supreme Court? It is not necessary to obtain the permission of the Lieutenant Governor in every matter. If he is kept informed, that is adequate. So with respect to all the areas where the elected government of Delhi has power to legislate, in such areas it is not necessary to take the prior approval of the Lieutenant Governor. The government can go ahead, and the Lieutenant Governor needs to be just informed about the activities of the government. But the Amendment Act of 2021 says that before a decision taken by the elected government could be implemented, the approval of the Lieutenant Governor must be taken. This creates a problem because it is not compulsory for the Lieutenant Governor to give approval within a reasonable time frame. So which means he can delay giving his approval. It creates a delay in the decision making process, and the residents of the Delhi city will get affected because of this provision in the Amendment Act. In addition to this, the Amendment Act 2021 also says the Legislative Assembly of Delhi or its committees shall not make rules with respect to the day-to-day affairs of administration. With respect to the day-to-day affairs of administration, the Legislative Assembly of Delhi or its committees are prohibited from making the rules. In addition to this, the Legislative Assembly of Delhi was also prohibited from making inquiries into the matters of administration. This is the fourth provision which is again criticized, very much criticized. Then if that is the case, then what is the purpose of having an elected assembly in Delhi if it cannot investigate the matters of administration, if it cannot make rules with respect to the day-to-day matters of administration? This is the fourth provision. Then what are the arguments given by the government for making this Amendment Act of 2021? So the government says that it will increase public accountability. The Amendment Act of 2021 will enhance public accountability. In what way? The bill doesn't explain, the Act doesn't explain. In addition to this, the Amendment Act also says that it aims at easing the technical ambiguities related to everyday administration, simplifying the technical ambiguities related to everyday administration. This is not substantiated, this is not explained in the Amendment Act. In addition to this, the government also makes an argument that it will increase administrative efficiency of Delhi. Instead of increasing the administrative efficiency, it will decrease the administrative efficiency by not allowing the elected government to take quicker decisions. In addition to this, the government also said it will ensure better relationship between the executive and the legislature. How exactly? The Amendment Act did not explain. In addition to this, Section 44 of the 1991 Act deals with the conduct of business. There is no clarity as to what proposal or matters are required to be submitted to Lieutenant Governor before issuing order. So the Amendment Act says that this ambiguity will be cleared by the Amendment Act. Exactly how? Not explained. Section 44 of the 1991 Act says that all executive actions of the Lieutenant Governor, whether taken on the advice of his ministers or otherwise, shall be expressed to be taken in the name of LG. There is no problem with this statement. And as I told, this Amendment Act, the government tries to support this Amendment Act by saying that it is trying to implement the judgment given by the Supreme Court in July 2018, which is not true. So in 2018 verdict, the 5-judge bench had held that the LG's concurrence is not required on issues other than police, public order and land. So these are the three areas where the Legislative Assembly of Delhi doesn't have power. So in these three areas, the concurrence of the LG is required. In all the remaining areas, the approval, the consent, the concurrence of the Lieutenant Governor is not required. But the Amendment Act says that it is necessary in every matter, which is again is the judgment. In addition to this, the decisions of the Council of Ministers have to be communicated to the LG. So the judgment said that it is not necessary to obtain the concurrence of the LG in every matter. It is enough if he is informed of the decisions of the elected government. But the Amendment Act goes against this judgment of the Supreme Court even in this matter. And the Supreme Court also very clearly said the Lieutenant Governor was bound by the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. The Lieutenant Governor is bound by the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. That is the essence of representative democracy, where in India we had the parliamentary democracy, which is an example for representative democracy. Then the court also said that the status of the LG of Delhi is not that of a governor of a state. So the Lieutenant Governor doesn't have an independent authority. Either he has to act on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers headed by Chief Minister, or he has to act on the instructions given by the President. He cannot act independently. That's what the Supreme Court said. In addition to this, the elected government must keep in mind that Delhi is not a state. So there was also a message to Arvind Kejriwal government that Delhi is only a union territory and not a full-fledged state. So Delhi government must also know what are its boundaries and what are its limitations when it interacts with the union government. So because of the judgment of the Supreme Court in 2018, Arvind Kejriwal government stopped taking the approval of the Lieutenant Governor in the administrative decisions. It went ahead with the decisions and also implementation. Only subsequently the matters are informed to the Lieutenant Governor. This created some kind of unhappiness or a discontentment in the central government, which encouraged the union government to start creating troubles to the government in Delhi, the elected government in Delhi. So then what is the criticism against the Amendment Act? So it was said that the latest amendment will greatly reduce the efficiency of the Delhi government. It will greatly reduce the efficiency, but the Amendment Act says that it will increase the efficiency, which is not true. In addition to this, it makes imperative for it to hold consultations with the LG even when a situation demands urgent action. If there is a purpose of immediate action, if there is an urgency, waiting for the approval of the Lieutenant Governor is not possible. That will create problems and that may degenerate into a bigger problem. In addition to this, the other problem is the Lieutenant Governor is not compelled to give his opinion to the state government within a time frame. So the critics argue that LG could politically exploit these unbridled powers, unregulated powers, to hamper the government's administrative work. This is one more problem. In addition to this, it is also said that it is against federalism. So in July 2018 judgment, the Supreme Court said a representative democracy is a basic feature and it must be respected. What does this mean? If there is elected legislative assembly, if there is elected council of ministers headed by chief minister, in all those areas where the elected government is given power, the union government and the parliament shall not intervene unless there is a compelling reason. In addition to this, the Supreme Court also said, keeping in mind the pragmatic collaborative federalism and cooperative federalism, the Lieutenant Governor and the elected government in Delhi must cooperate with each other and create greater harmony rather than conflict between each other is the direction given by the Supreme Court. So that's it about Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Act 2021. Thank you.